All right, we're live. I'll be honest, I have no thoughts or topics, and I know that this is going to be recorded and all that, and sent to the YouTube channel. So I don't know why I said it like that, but no likes, no no views right now. So also it's a Monday. Yeah. Well, now it's Tuesday. We're very close. I don't know why I'm doing this. Yeah, actually, it's kind of weird. Now that I'm thinking about it. Unable to create highlight, obviously. So, while we're here, it's very close to midnight. Let's see, it's close to midnight. I don't work till tomorrow. I see you watching. Come on, say hi. But yeah, but I just saw something. What the heck is this? Yeah, screw live chats. Yeah, I'm not popular enough for top chats. Y'all up late too, huh? What y'all doing up this late? What y'all doing up this late? Oh, they went away. I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just hanging. I'm just chilling. So, I don't know why I'm doing it. It's what, Tuesday, and it's late at night. There's nothing going on right now. Wife went to bed. The dogs are probably sleeping, doing dog things. You know what I need to do? I think next time I'm gonna play some like jazz or something like that. That sounds nice. I don't. Yeah. I already know. Yeah. Nobody's hanging. I know nobody's hanging. Whoa. What the? Okay. Cool. Cool. When the hell is season 3 of Fallout coming out? That's what I want to know. I'm just chilling. I'm just chilling, dog. Let's see. Late night. Late night chats and chill. It's a good idea, right? Nobody around though. Now, what are the odds of anyone actually being up this late browsing YouTube? I mean, Ice Cream Man's probably doing it. Yeah, Ice Cream Man's probably doing it. Oh, hey, welcome. I see you watching over there. Come sit by the fire. There's no fire, but what are you doing up this late? What you doing up? Sophie, hello, welcome. Good to see you. Oh, it's 6 o'clock over there. Yeah, no wonder. You're like 6 hours ahead. It's like just barely past midnight here. Yeah, it's like just barely past midnight here. Hey, how's the weather over there? How's the weather in what is it, Norway? It's like snowy over here now. Yeah, I'm just chilling. I have literally nothing better to do right now. I ain't working till like I'm not working till like tomorrow afternoon, so I get like 13 hours. And 6:02. I remember waking up that early. I hated I don't know why you're awake right now. I would be sleeping right now. Hey, you could hear me, by the way, right? This on? Very oh, man, must be man, it's like I'm on the East Coast of the US, and it's absolutely snowing here. We just started snowing. Oh, perfect. Might be a bit of a delay, but perfect. Yay. I'll be honest, I would usually, like I'm trying to play, uh oh, by the way, for anyone, like, watching this, like, later on after the stream ends, I don't know when, Sophie72 is one of our biggest Sophie72 is one of our biggest, uh what is it? A good friend of the channel, and we changed the channel name, but she knew the channel as Games Estates. Uh, she's a really good. Oh my gosh, I can't talk right now. Really good creator on Wildlands. Oh, by the way, Sophie, I don't know if you saw, but Yo has Lego actually commented on one of the videos. But yeah, it's cold snow up in Norway. Yeah, cold snow up in Norway. I would love to. I would love to go to Norway. It looks so freaking beautiful over there. You know, like that's the one thing. I always wanted to deploy for NATO, but I never got the chance to. I always kept getting sent to Japan, which I'm not, complaining about. But Sophie, you are my number one fan. You deserve it. You are my number one fan on here. Oh yeah, yeah. I mentioned that because this is going to be live after the stream ends or whatever, after it uploads. Mentioned that you're one of a freaking awesome creator. And Yo has Lego. I don't know if he subscribed to the channel or not, but Yo has Lego actually commented and is actively trying to work on another build. And it's super in depth what he said. Apparently, like every single one of his, oh man, what is it? Every single one of his videos, not videos, like ships, all based on real life ships that he saw. Oh, absolutely. I love snow and cold. I mean, at least Norway knows what it's about. Norway knows that it's cold, and Norway knows that it's snowy. I'm living in Maryland right now. I'm on the East Coast. We don't know what we want here. It was like 70 degrees Fahrenheit. Damn right he's an amazing builder. He's awesome. But it's like it's snow and cold here today. Like it started snowing like while I was at work, and we couldn't see anything. And I work on an airfield. We couldn't see anything for like maybe 10 minutes. Whereas yesterday, it was like almost 60 degrees Fahrenheit, and it was sunny, and it was perfect. At least Norway knows it's cold and keeps up with it. We are such a big country here that we don't know what we want. Oh, Sophie, what do you think of these little late night chat and chills? You think it's a good idea? I had like two people watching like 10 minutes ago or something like that, and they like both stopped. Probably because they have common sense. I think next time, right? I think next time I'm going to do like sea stories. Yeah, no, I can't sleep right now. I'm like feeling a little tired, but it's like just past midnight. Well, of course you don't have any comments. You don't need common sense. You don't need common sense. Although you have good builds, so clearly you have something you can call creative sense. It's much better than common sense. I need to like see. I want to see if I can get like Yo has Lego on here. That'd be really cool. That'd be really awesome. I might try and get like a bunch of Wyland creators together. I mean, oh man, I need to write this stuff down. I need to write this stuff down. For the record, this is just a regular vape pen. There's no like pot or anything because I actually like my career and I also like being sober. It would be fun, wouldn't it? Also, I want to know, like, what I want to know is, does like, do they like, do people see it actively? Like when they're like scrolling through their little whatevers. I wonder if they like actually see this going through their YouTube shorts or whatever. Actually, is that a thing? I don't know how to do that. I'm not tech savvy. But Sophie, how are you? Are you doing okay? How's Norway overall, other than cold and snowy? It's probably better here. Probably better than here, if I'm being honest. Yay! Okay, that's great. That's awesome. Thank you. Thank you for the feedback there. Everyone else is like probably asleep though, or like because I have like subscribers around the world. They're probably just probably getting up or probably going to bed. I don't know. That's good though. That's good though. I might end up going because I have my TV playing in the background, and I'm doing some Call Me Kevin. Actually, what time is it? Hold on, I gotta look up something. Current time in Ireland. It's probably like 5 in the morning. It's 5 in the morning. I might see about getting some other YouTubers or something. Yeah, these old chat and chills. I had a great idea. Oh, hey Sophie, this one's for you specifically. I went to Washington D.C. the other day. Oh yeah, yeah. The war is absolutely crazy right now. You're talking about the war and the what's going on in Iran, right? That's what you're talking about, I imagine. Yeah. Um. So I don't know. Now everyone thinks that just because I'm in the military, we know when we're going to war. I don't know when I'm getting off. I don't know when I'm getting off work. So if you know anyone in any military, don't bother asking them if we're going to war. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. We leave that up to the politicians. And that's I absolutely personally I hate that, but yeah. Honestly, you know, I'm not going to get sent there. I'm so with the U.S. Navy, they're always switching us between either shore duty or sea duty. Now, sea duty, obviously, because we're Navy and we're sailors, but shore duty, when you go to like a base or it's designed pretty much for you to kind of take a break. Now, me personally, I did 6 years on like five different ships. And don't get me wrong, while I don't want to be sent there, I wouldn't mind getting sent there just because I'm a man of action. However, um, fun little fact, by the way, we're technically not at war. So here's what other people, or not like what other nationalities or other countries realize. The United States is technically not at war because the president can authorize military strikes and military use. However, he has to notify she president whatever has to notify the United States Congress within like I think 48 hours or something like that. Meaning the government is going to be pretty much getting back in session at some point this week to kind of figure out what are we going to do about this. So technically, yeah, it's a war definitely for them, but technically for us, it's just a military strike. I mean, people are freaking dying over there, and that's not good either way. But sometimes, it just happens. Oh, I can't really say like it just happens. Like I don't like war, but if we have to fight it, we have to fight it. Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. But one big thing that I have a problem with when it comes to really anybody, doesn't matter what country you're from. There's obviously a big difference between like regular military strikes and legitimate warfare. Um, like when two countries formally declare war, then technically it's a war. Has to end with a treaty, ceasefire, whatever. But either way, you're right. War is honestly war. But uh, yeah, nobody like you really have to. It's easier to say that it's war than to get into technicality anyway. And honestly, like honestly, yeah, I can't say I'm glad the Ayatollah is dead personally, because the fact is people die in war and it honestly is terrible. Personally, we need more diplomacy. Like it's much better to have like worldwide diplomacy but still have a strong military in case of that war. But again, I speak for myself, not for the military. Well, not for the military really, the government. It's all about myself. Oh, speaking of military though, you want to see something kind of cool that I actually so I went to Washington DC. Oh yeah. Diplomacy absolutely saves a lot of lives. Um but you have to also remember you have to when it comes to diplomacy, you have to have the right guy, girl, whatever. You have the right diplomat to understand the culture of the country you're trying to conduct diplomacy in. You know what I mean? Like I can't like me personally, I can't just say yeah, like personally, I can't just say like, "Oh, I'm gonna go to England and I'm gonna tell them stop drinking tea because you should have coffee instead." Whereas that's what they do. I drink coffee, they don't. So if I'm gonna get sent to maintain good relations, I have to know the culture. And mm-hmm. And believe me, I so little sea story actually. When I was on my second ship, we were still stationed on Japan, and I actually just transferred from one ship to another. And I actually just transferred from one ship to another. And a lot of guys that like came with this ship over to Japan, they didn't want to leave the barracks. They wanted to stay, play video games, and don't get me wrong, I'd love to do that too. However, I love to go out. I love to take part in the Japanese culture because that's not my culture. I love to learn. Then, you have all these dudes. Yeah, exactly. And you have all these dudes, they just love to, sit around, play games and stuff like that. And um, then here it comes, right? We finally board, we do our last deployment, we do what's called a home port shift where we move from one station to the next. We moved back to Norfolk, Virginia. And first off, I'm like absolutely depressed when we get there because of the fact that what is it? Because of the fact that I miss Japan and I love the culture so much. But then you have these other dudes getting off the boat saying, "Man, I miss Japan. I want to go back." And I look them dead in the eyes and say, "Dude, shut the hell up. You wanted to play video games all day. You didn't even want to leave your barracks because you were too afraid to even see another culture. Get out of here with that." Oh, was he? Was he like a cargo ship guy? Or was he in the Navy? What was he? Because I can tell you right now, honestly, I think being a sailor is the best job in the world. Whether you're military, civilian, like I actually at one point looked up like how to be a cargo ship sailor. So if I end up getting out of the military, I would end up, sailing our cargo ships. Plus, they make money. Everybody loves money. Yeah, yeah. Okay, I can tell you right now. Just speaking from experience, first off, I don't have any kids in foreign ports or nothing like that. However, a lot of engineers and machinists, they will spend a lot of days pretty much. Okay, I got to tell you, I'm going to bring up a good sea story. Machinists, especially engineers, they either have anger issues, drinking issues, or they love to go out and uh, have a great freaking time. I'm not going to go any further than that. So it wouldn't surprise me either. You're probably part Australian or Japanese or part Russian, for all you know. Although, back to that sea story though, 2018, I'm hanging out with my buddies. We see a British ship pull into our base, and I ended up finding out, and this is in Sasebo, Japan. And Sasebo is a really small. It's a small base, but it's a great what is it? A great place to hang out. And I ended up finding out across the city, three massive fights broke out between the United States Navy sailors and the British Royal sailors. And it gets better. Oh, absolutely. First off, you can never go out and not see something. Let's see. I've seen I've seen dolphins. I've seen a lot of dolphins. I've seen a lot of whales. I'm trying to think. Flying fish. I've seen flying fish. Those things are weird. Those things are weird. First off, going out at 16 years old, you know he was enjoying his life. Now, in terms of the alcoholism, that is a big problem. Yeah. Oh, it gets better. It is a big problem with alcoholism in sailors. After all, drunken sailors, that's a thing. That's a thing. I have a few stories of that. But we were off the coast of Australia and we were doing operations with the Australian Navy. But just going down there, first off, it's a whole new world down there, land down under, you know? But it's a whole new world down there. And when you get down there, um, just outside of my ship alone, a massive blue whale, I think a humpback whale or something like that, and its baby too, actually pulls up. Like it literally surfaces right next to our ship. Below both of them, like do giant blowholes, like spit the water out, and then they just go right back down. And we're like, whoa, that's so freaking cool. And then right afterwards, they end up, no kidding, they end up coming back maybe 10 minutes later. But then you look out, and this is like in the Coral Sea, I think. You look out, and like all the way to the horizon, you see blowholes just popping up out of nowhere. A lot of our Navy pilots, when they're circling or whatever, you get a chance to talk to them when they come back, and every one of them mentioned, "Oh man, it's a brand new experience." Let me tell you, it's a brand new experience when you see that like firsthand. When like when the naval pilots came back, they always said, "Man, you should have seen it." I'm like, "What is it, sir?" I saw so many freaking hammerhead sharks and great white sharks. I'm like, "What?" And they would just come out and end up seeing like they would just be talking about all these giant, like all the sharks that they would see. And one time we did a port visit down in Australia, down to Sydney, and I did this hop on, hop off tour like around Sydney Harbor, and they had like an actual whale watching experience there. And I'm like, oh well, that's weird. Like we're right in the middle of it. Like, mind you, Sydney Harbor is super big, but it's not like ocean big, obviously. We're on this little ferry boat going from like one part of the city to the next, via water. And in the middle of freaking downtown Sydney, Australia, I look out to our starboard, which is like the right side of the ship, and this giant humpback whale comes up and just like blows does its blowhole and then goes right back down. And I'm like, what the hell? Because this thing's like in the middle, like dead smack in the middle of Sydney Harbor, like downtown. Nothing you should see, but it's right there. Absolutely, I've seen all of that stuff. Actually, flying fish, that's the weird one. Like, I've never seen this is gonna sound weird. I've never seen flying fish. I've only seen them on I've only seen them on like TV and stuff. But when you're out on deployment, especially for the Navy and Coast Guard, when you're out on deployment, and like you have like the giant waves crashing up against the ship and all that. All of a sudden, I look out and I'm seeing like this like group of flying fish coming out of nowhere. I'm like, what the hell? And you look closely, these fish have freaking wings. And I knew that they had like something, but the fish had wings. Can you believe that? I've never seen that. Now, one of my favorite experiences, though, I think one of my favorite experiences is oh, what is it? Love to have traveled the world. I went to Thailand once, and oh, Thailand. That's Thailand is so questionable. First off, it's historic, it is old, and I'm never going back to Thailand ever again. I did not like Thailand. You're no, you're not wrong about that. Foreign cuisine. I got that sensitive American stomach. We're used to like cheeseburgers and fries. I've going down there. We get I think it's like pad thai and a few others, and I get it. I couldn't do it. I could not do it. Thailand was interesting though because I ended up. It is a land of smiles. And I also survived similar to white bread and bananas. Although I will admit, I've had coffee from a lot like from around the world, and Thailand has some really good coffee. But one thing though I wanted to mention, um, I always one of my favorite like experiences. We leave Japan, we head east, stop in California, we go south, and we stop in Chile. So after we do that and like have a few days there, we go through what's called the Straits of Magellan, and it's so like the passage is so narrow, right? So the passage is so narrow, and when we went through it, when I tell you that I could throw a rock to the shore, when I could throw a rock to the shoreline, ended up I honestly could have done that. That's how like close, and we're not on a small ship, we're on a pretty big ship. Not an aircraft carrier, but something close to it. And one thing that we ended up doing, uh, you could actually look out and you end up seeing a lot of penguins, right? And let me tell you, I never saw a penguin before in the wild, and I wanted to take that little bastard home. I, my wife unfortunately will not let me. Let me adjust the camera. My wife will unfortunately not let me get a penguin, but ended up seeing penguins, and they're like jumping into the water trying to get close to the ship. But we're like trying to tell them like no 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 fuck off, fuck off, go away. And one big thing that we ended up seeing was a bunch of wild seals. And what is it? Oh my gosh! Yes, yes, they were. And I think I even saw a man. I think I even saw a baby penguin. I think I can't remember too much, but we ended up seeing this little seal, right? And we ended up seeing this little seal, probably like adolescent or whatever. And he actually jumps in the water and he's trying to swim, and he ends up like swimming right to the hull of our ship. He just stops. He's like floating. He's like sniffing our ship. And I talked to our officer on the deck later, and he says, There's nothing we can do. There's nothing we can do. We can try and scare them off, but they're not. We can't do anything. Yeah, gray fur balls. There's. I would take a baby penguin home in a heartbeat. Unfortunately, I don't think my wife will like that idea. She did say though, if we end up finding a baby fox, yeah, okay. So baby seals. My Instagram and YouTube algorithms have been just absolutely hammered with baby animals. I keep seeing like all these videos of baby seals coming up, and they are absolutely adorable. They freaking like bark like actual dogs. Like those sea puppies, they actually bark like dogs, and like they do like weird like like that, like when they're like as they're growing, and like before they find their like growl. I already asked my wife if I can take one home, and she said absolutely not. Now I'm like, okay, fine, fair. Yeah, yeah. You got to see it. You got to see it. And in fact, another thing that so my wife actually said if we end up coming across a baby fox, she wants to take it. I'm like, I'm pretty sure that's illegal in most states. But she wants to my wife is actually experienced with like wild animals because she used to work at a wildlife rehab sanctuary, and she like actually pretty much helped raise like a lot of baby raccoons and stuff like that. And I told her, all right, raccoon domestication is legal in several states, so, and she says, no, those little bastards kept like digging into my pockets and making holes. I'm like, I don't care, that I will absolutely buy a bunch of them. So, okay, let me tell you a little something about taking pets, right? So, I have two dogs. I have a Japanese Shiba Inu, little bastard. I absolutely love him. And then we have a older. He's like a mutt. He's like a lab mix of sorts, and both of them have traveled more than my family and her family combined at this point. Because we brought the mutt along to Norfolk, Virginia, so like some years back, and we ended up we actually bought the Japanese Shiba in Japan, and we had to fly with him. And no shit, the company lost him for like 6 fucking hours. The company we actually flew with American, and they fucking lost him for like 6 hours. We like just got to Texas because we were leaving Japan, where our final destination was up here in Maryland. We got to Texas for a layover. They fucking lost him at like I think 10 p.m. because we ended up getting delayed. They lose him at like 10 p.m. They cancel our flight too. That's another story. They end up canceling our flight, and we had to pretty much like wait like 3 to 6 hours. They finally fucking found him. They fed him and all that, and apologized, and we're like, dude, just give us our fucking dog. So we got our dog back, and we had to drive like 1,300 something miles from Texas all the way to Maryland. But he's probably the most traveled pet that my family and her family combined have, because he traveled 3,000 miles from Japan to the States, and then from the States we end up going up to like obviously from Texas we ended up coming up here to Maryland. It does get difficult here and there. It's way more easier to drive when it comes to moving. I believe it. Every country has different rules. Shockingly enough, Japan actually has a lot of rules. Not surprised. Uh, we actually had to go. My wife and I in Japan had to drive 2 hours to Tokyo to one of their airports so we can get our dog cleared for the flight that was taking place like 2 months later. We were very stressed. On top of that, I first off, I'm running on orders here, and my dog's on our orders. So my wife is like pissed off. She's stressed. She's crying. I'm pissed off, and I don't cry. Oh yeah, oh yeah. I'm pissed off. I'm not crying. I just get pissed. And we pretty much have to like go up, and mind you, I'm waiting in line for like probably 2 hours just to talk to the fucking desk. And I finally get up there. We're chatting or whatever, trying to figure out where the hell our dog is. And the guy's like, "Well, we have all these other people we have to get through. We can't just go out of our way." And my wife knows not to like pull rank or anything like that on my behalf because that's messed up, anyways. I don't even like to pull rank when it comes to military. However, my wife, she's German Irish. She gets pissed off, stops crying. I've never seen her like go from like sad to mad in like a heartbeat. But she stops and she says, my husband and I are traveling on fucking military orders. You need to find our fucking dog or you'll be answering to the military." I'm like, what the fuck? Who told you that? Guy's like, "Oh my god, okay, okay, okay. I'm terribly sorry about this. Give me a minute." Hour and a half later, they found him. He was by like the airport vet or whatever. Anyway, he's by like the airport vet or whatever, and they say, "Oh, we're really sorry about that." No, like that's the crazy thing. My wife is not a Karen. My wife is not a Karen. So when she got pissed off, I'm like, all right, it's serious now. She does the talking. My wife is not a Karen. That's a crazy thing. But when she like immediately got pissed off, I'm like, okay, I'm taking a step back. You got it. And she knows how to pull authority when she needs to, and she doesn't even do that. Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Like they lose our dog for 6 fucking hours, and we're like, oh my god, okay. First off, fuck you. Yeah, yeah. They woke Mama Bear, and Mama was pissed. Also, if you're just joining the stream, welcome. We're just chatting and chilling. Come join the party. Sit around the fire. Just act like there's a campfire here. But no, fuck. No, they piss her off. Like when my wife and I when we get into arguments, we don't get pissed off like that. But we're okay. Another fun fact: we just got off the 16-hour flight from Japan, and now we're both tired. It's like we already had a bad day, and up until this point, by the way, we had to check him in with TSA and all that, and we've been in Texas for like 2, maybe 3 days, and the first flight pretty much got held up because of the damn like people at the oh man, what is it? People at the I think the front desk or something like that, and we had to miss our flight, get a hotel for the night. After we get a hotel for the night, next time we go back to the damn airport, and that right there is when things kind of started getting worse. So we get to the hotel. It's a shitty hotel to begin with. Like, it's pure crap. But we end up going from there to the hotel, or the airport, finally check into the airport, front desk, all that. And finally, okay, cool. It's like day 2, maybe day 3. We just checked our dog in. Mind you, he's like 6 months old, not even at this point. So we finally get checked in and all that, and then we're waiting. All right, our flight's at like 10 o'clock. All right, cool. Even better. Flight's at 10 o'clock. We go from there to sitting around and waiting. Or like, let me say that again. 10 o'clock in the morning, we get there like 8. There's a tornado coming through, like big storm front, whatever. Go from that, from 10 o'clock to noon. All right, so what? Noon to like 1500, so 3 p.m. I'm like, all right, we're getting tired here. What's going on? 1500 to 1800, so 6 o'clock rolls around. We're in the fucking airport for like 8 hours. Our dog's still with TSA, by the way. They push back again to like 8 o'clock, delayed again till 9 o'clock, delayed again till 10 p.m. So we're now in the airport for 12 fucking hours. And that's when they cancel the fucking flight. The next flight ain't going to be there for another like few days. We're like, God dang it. All right. So I had to make some phone calls and finally managed to secure a rental. But mind you, we're already there. We've already been up for like, I don't know, 12, 13 hours. Nothing too big, nothing too bad. And then midnight rolls around. All the way from midnight to 6 o'clock, we're trying to figure out where the fuck is our dog. 6 o'clock finally rolls around. Sun's coming up. I'm fucking jet lagged and pissed. My wife's jet lagged and pissed. Finally got our little guy back. Then we get in the rental car, which is a Nissan Sentra. By the way, I'm never driving a fucking Nissan Sentra again. But we get in this little rental car, finally heading up to base. I'm calling my new chain of command. They haven't even fucking met me by this point. I call my new chain of command like, hey, look, I'm supposed to be checking in. Oh, yeah. I'm supposed to be checking in. You already know the situation with the rental. I'll keep you posted. But moral of the story here, don't fucking fly American Airlines. Especially if you're, with pets. Anyway, back to what I was fucking saying earlier, though. I'm going to adjust this shit again. I'm not tech savvy, so give me a break here. But afterwards, we end up, so when it comes to like moving with animals, if you're, first off, I'm never fucking flying again. I'm going to either fucking sail, drive, or I'll walk. I do not care. Also, sorry, I'm working on it. There we go. But moving with animals, it's if you're flying, it's a fucking nightmare. If you're driving with animals, it's way better. Our big boy, he's used to driving long distances by now, so he'll just cuddle up in the back seat with my wife, fall asleep if I'm driving. Um, our little Sheba though, our little puppy, he's excited. He'll go anywhere and everywhere, and like just earlier alone, he's been wanting to get out, like go into the backyard for like I've let him outside like at least 10 times today. Who? What is his name? You know his name? Walked around the world. Who the fuck walked around the world? And did he go to the North Pole or Antarctica? Hold on, I gotta look. I gotta look this up. Hold on. Okay, what is it? Walk around. That's not how you fucking spell the. Hold on. Yeah, enter. There we go. Is it Carl Bushby? The British dude? It's a British guy, isn't it? The Goliath expedition, walk around the world with unbroken footsteps, southern tip of South America. Oh man, I'm gonna look this up. All right, that's his name. All right, let's look it up. Okay, so I'm on Wikipedia, and everybody knows Wikipedia is our number one source for people who don't bother doing additional research like me. All right, Carl Bushby, born 30th of March 1969, ex-English paratrooper. Okay, first off, yeah, amazing journey. First off, right off the bat, former special forces, they're their own type of crazy. So this checks out. Walking adventurer and author, currently attempting to be the first person to completely walk an unbroken path around the world. Bushby's trek is known as the Goliath Expedition. I'm telling you right now, I'm never fucking doing it. I'm never doing it. All right, so he started in the southern tip of Chile in 1998 and is expected to return to England in 2025. Oh, hell no. Hell no. I can never do that. Okay, so he's born in Hull, Yorkshire, England, or Yorkshire, however they call it. Lives in Sutton. Family lives in Sutton Park area of Hull. Bushby attended a local comprehensive school, joined the British Army at age of 16, served a 3rd Battalion Parachute Regiment for 11 years. Originally intended to continue serving as a soldier for the first 3 years of his expedition, using his signing bonus to fund his expedition. Touche. And he even got the Army's approval. However, the Army canceled this offer at the last minute. Checks out. Forcing him to raise money for the journey for himself. Soldier in Operation Banner, Northern Ireland. He met and married a woman from Belfast before divorcing in 1995. Jeez. Yeah, first off, absolutely fucking not. I am never going to do anything like that. I get tired walking around the block. Like, even when I was like 16, I would do like long walks around the neighborhood, listen to music, and I would get bored. I got bored so easily, and I would just come home. And I said, yeah, cool, I'm done. Sophie. Tired of waiting, huh? Well, I mean, granted, it's only been, what, 20, 30 years? I'm sure she could wait a few more minutes. Yeah, you know what it is? They were probably walking together. It was probably a nice little honeymoon. She said, all right, babe, you going you going ahead. I'll catch up. And then she ended up returning to Belfast. No, probably not long after. And it's like, yeah. Then probably went from that to what is it? Went from that to the lawyer's office. Like, yeah, I'm pretty sure my husband's fucking missing. What I click? What I click? choose what to share with. Oh, what? Oh, what? Oh, that's cool. Oh, sorry. I'm like, I have ADHD, but she probably like got back to Belfast, went to lawyer's office. Well, probably went to the police and said, "Hey, I think my husband is fucking lost in Chile," and but he was probably like somewhere in the woods, and said, "Okay, yeah, sweetheart, it's been fun, but let's get a divorce and then we'll remarry when you come back." They did have one kid though. They did have one kid. He's the walking version of yes, except Forrest Gump didn't take 30 fucking years. Or maybe he did. I don't know. He grew out a lot of facial hair. I'm telling you, I'm willing to admit it. We men will do literally anything but go to therapy. Which is which is like which is funny because I actually did go to therapy. And then afterwards I went from that to like doing random shit around the house. Yeah, what do you mean you noticed? Yeah, I noticed too. Like my wife's definitely noticed. Like she'll be like, "Sweetie, you look like you have something on your mind." Yeah, I do. You want to talk about it? No, I'm just gonna go do a bunch of random housework. Off topic, I renovated our front porch. So, okay, fun thing about the therapy, at least, it's overrated. Yes, however, one of the big things is that it depends on who you have. Because my therapist. First off, I went through the military, so obviously we have our own different like programs for that stuff. I'm gonna put my there we go. We have our own different programs for that stuff. But the guy that I actually got matched with, he was absolutely professional. Yeah, never take anything from that game, man. So yeah, I like the guy that I got matched with was actually super professional, and he understood that I was going through a lot of bullshit, and he helped me out a lot. But again, when it comes to therapy, it all depends on like who you're actually matched with, which is like freaking crazy. That's why like I'm never going to go to BetterHelp. Also, my vape's like starting to burn. It might. Oh yeah, I'm running. Hold on. Technical difficulties. Yeah, as you can tell, I don't have a nicotine addiction. I'm a connoisseur. At least that's what I tell my wife. Oh, that's way better. You ever see like YouTubers like Oxhorn? I absolutely love Oxhorn, and he does like these things called like scotch and smoke rings, and he'll just like pretty much sit and chill all day. You know, it's funny because every time I'm like pissed off, I would literally just freaking vent to my puppy, and he's just sitting there looking at me, really trying to get me to play ball with him. But I'll, I'll play ball with him for like good 10, 15 minutes, and I'll like bitch about random crap for like 45 minutes. And then I will have to stop and be like, I'm venting to a fucking dog. What am I doing? What am I doing? And then I would go bother my wife, who actually listens and who actually listens and actually gives me input. Also, I just noticed I've been streaming for 49 minutes. So probably like I'm gonna give it like another 11 minutes, then probably do this again tomorrow. I don't know. I might do it in the morning for me. Now I'm thinking about it because I don't go to work till like the afternoon, so I'm just chilling. You know, if they didn't have the oh man, if they didn't have like restrictions, or if my smoke alarm was like if it wasn't like right there, I would honestly like not vape. I would first off like let's see. Here's a little insight to my daily connoisseurship. Camel Crush cigarettes. I don't really smoke them that often, In fact, I've had these for like 3 months, and I kind of keep forgetting I have these. But I annoyed my wife the other day. Went out and bought a small handful of cigars, and let's see, I got Arturo Fuentes. Yeah, four to five in the morning is one of my favorite times, especially when it's like, sun up and just barely, getting that time over. You know what I mean? Like when it's like peak golden hour, I like to, like, every once in a while I'll actually like take a cigar and kind of sit on my front porch, drink a cup of coffee. Or at least that's what I want to do. I've been aiming to do that for a while. Although it's too fucking cold. I'm too much of a bitch for that. But let's see. I got Arturo Fuente, one of my favorite cigars. Even got a Ghost cigar. I actually do have a cigar box that is packed away right now, and it's empty. And I've like really shamed myself. Also, if you know anyone who smokes cigars, this is a great one. The Topic Special, super sweet. Pairs really well with coffee. I've noticed it's actually really good. Plus, I don't drink my coffee black. I'm a sailor, but I'm not that type of a sailor. I have some quality of life. But I love. So Sophie's right here. By the way, if you're just joining, welcome. We're just chilling. We're just chatting. What the house is a mess right now. See someone else is watching. Welcome. Come say hi. Don't be shy. Oh, yeah. Maybe that should be my next my new slogan. Don't be shy. Come say hi. But yeah, no. The night quiet is my favorite time. Yeah. Winter tips. Those are good. Actually, hold on. Hold on. Wait here. Hold on. Hold on. Just because you reminded me. So, one of my favorite things I love, one of my favorite things is a good old fashioned pipe tobacco. And I smoke tobacco too on it. Granted, I smoke tobacco a lot, obviously. But I can't just, where the hell do I put it? I can't just chain smoke cigarettes. On deployment, I definitely have, but that's on deployment when you're desperate. Right now, I even have a nicotine pouch that's just kind of chilling there. In fact, it's probably high time I got rid of it. Hold on one moment. I'm sorry if you saw that, and if you didn't, well, congratulations. But no, so honestly, one of my favorite things, hands down, is a good old fashioned pipe. And obviously I always have to smoke away from my wife because she hates this stuff. But I end up getting this, and then hold on. Where is it? So I have a little. I forgot where I got this. I think I just got this out here. I actually had a really cool one back from Japan that I bought at an army base out there, and it was super stitched and etched. They helped me deal with. Yeah. People keep forgetting that tobacco actually kind of it doesn't have health qualities per se, but it has mental qualities. It helps you just deal with it in a way. But like I said, cigarettes, I'll really only do these if I'm kind of out of nicotine, and I usually kind of jump to cigs last, as a last resort type of thing. But when it comes to pipes, for example, I used to have one. Man, I used to have one from an army base in Japan. It was super etched, super designed, and I even ended up getting myself a little thing to put the kind of pipe it in or pack it in. And this is super nice. And there's a weird science that here's the crazy thing, right? It's a weird science behind it. Because if it's not packed, if it's packed too tight, you can't smoke it. If it's not packed enough, you'll smoke it too fast, and you'll end up pretty much having burnt taste. Vapes, I don't vape often. This is very, very. Yeah, I don't blame you. I do not blame you. Didn't put a lot of tobacco. I do, on occasion for the most part, and I even have little pipe filters that I don't actually. Let me see if I can open this up. Okay, I can't open it up. I'm not that strong, but hands down, great, especially with cigars and like really good time for reading, studying, and then of course if you're just trying to enjoy your day, if you're trying to really just enjoy the flavor, and then of course if you like have nothing better to do and you just want to kind of chew on this. In fact, well, no, it's already late enough as it is. Yeah, yeah, I think those are called like 30-minute cigars. They actually help out a lot. They actually help out a lot. You know what I think I might do? Now I'm thinking about it. Let me see something real quick. I want to see if I can. Nope, not highlights. Not highlights. I don't want that. Add stream marker. No. Oh, really? Oh, absolutely. Where is it? Absolutely. I got to bring it in for a sec. But let me check something out real quick. Okay. See something. Oh my god, this is trippy. What the hell? Jeez. Oh my gosh. How do I Yeah, if you don't smoke cigars, don't start. It's not good. But let me see something real quick. Okay. Hold on. I need y'all to be my guinea pig for a minute here. So if I do, yeah, I was playing some games earlier. Okay. I might end up doing a reaction video with just an overall an audience. Let me stop sharing this. This hurts. Oh man. But yeah, cigars are if you've never had a cigar, don't start. That it's not you don't inhale cigars for the record. You don't inhale cigars. You just puff them for the flavor. I mean, to be honest, that's what I do with cigs anyway. I just kind of puff them. But okay, so I think this has been a nice little hour just to chat. To the people who saw the stream and then like left. Uh, oh, and if you're new here, hi, welcome to the channel. Subscribe if you're new. My watch just went off. Why did it go off? Oh, it's like almost one. It's like almost 1 a.m. Yeah. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and end this. This has been very fun. Sophie, thank you for sticking around. Thank you for stopping by. I might see y'all tomorrow, maybe tomorrow evening. I don't know. I might I'm not good at live streaming, so this is probably for the most part the only thing I can do for the time being. But if you end up seeing this after it gets uploaded to the main channel, well, come by. Come by again. And Sophie, thank you so much for joining in. I did a little bit. I did a little bit. Um, so let me tell you, right before this, I was actually trying to make a video showing off some of the ships, and I'm trying to like pretty much have a little setup for the actual house. I've been taking notes. Granted, some notes like the ship tour I have planned, I have on a freaking little toll toll road notice. I did check some of the features though. I'm gonna have to go back because it's been a hot minute, but I am gonna go back and check because I love your designs. But one thing I'm definitely gonna do. I want to see if I can get some Yland creators and where we pretty much just all hang out and chat. What do you think about that? You like that? Well, I gotta stop biting this. Ew. And I think another thing, before I forget, might end up doing this little live streaming thing a little bit more often. I have a lot of fun with it. But yeah, I did check some of the features. What does my thing keep? Wait, hold on. What am I doing with this? I need to toss it away. Crap. There we go. Oh, it will. It will. I was actually trying to make. So right before this, I was trying to make a ship tour, and my PC was kind of lagging a little bit. And on top of that, it used to be where Wildlands can only do, or it used to be where you can create like multiple maps in Wildlands, and now for some reason it just they dropped it down only one map at a time. And it turns out ships make things lag a lot. But uh absolutely, I'm going to be doing. Honestly, it'll be better to do a little short tour. Um, don't give me the reminder. I think personally, it's better if I go in and do it myself. Yeah, yeah, they do. I think it's personally better if I go in myself, take notes. That's what. So, little peek behind the curtain here. So when I'm doing like mod showcases, when I'm doing like ship tours on Wildlands, I like to go in, take some notes, and be able to like not script it out, but work off of the notes. And what I might end up doing, um, I'm gonna be honest with you. You know that little list I have of like my little ship registry. That's getting hard because all the ships are causing so much lag, and it's really annoying. So I might end up. Honestly, it'll be better. Now I'm thinking about it, like thinking out loud. It'll be better to do like a house tour on Wildlands because it'll be much less laggy. And I think we all can agree on that. Also, I need to figure out like I have Wildlands down here too. I need to actually go ahead and freaking play that. But yeah, ships definitely cause lag. And what I was actually trying to do, this is like the third thing that I've done tonight. I tried to do a video earlier on like the ship tour, and after that, I pretty much got like so frustrated with how laggy it was that I just said, "All right, fuck this. I'll do this later." And then I tried to do like a little like personal, kind of like one of those more serious videos. And I'm like, man, I'm just babbling on. Fuck it, I'll just live stream and see where it goes. Yeah, I might end up doing that. I was actually thinking about that. You just test the ship on an empty map and store them. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And plus, on top of that, all the blueprints that I have either been gifted or bought. So I'm already going to have them anyways. Honestly, it would probably be better if I just do that. Like, do it one at a time. Absolutely. Absolutely. Where am I going to put this? Yeah, I'll put it right here on top of my cigars. Why not? But yeah, absolutely. And I think now my ultimate goal, let me look at the map here or the calendar here. I think my ultimate goal is going to be probably this Friday. I'm going to try and get that out. Oh, clear all my notifications. I think by this Friday, I'm going to try and get that actual video out because, quite frankly, I'm a procrastinator. But on top of like on top of the procrastination, I actually do have real life things that end up like taking my time. It's terrible. But yeah, no, absolutely. Um, I actually want to do it like that, like test a ship on an empty map and then get back to it later. So I might end up doing that. Plus, yeah. We all know. Thank you for joining. You've been a trooper sticking around for the last hour, 3 minutes, and 56 seconds. Oddly specific. But yeah, no. So if you end up so to anyone seeing this stream after it gets uploaded to the channel, if you're still around at the 1 hour mark, why the hell have you not subscribed by now? In particular, pipe filter. In particular, join the stream. Join the stream and let's just chat. I think next time we'll probably actually have something to talk about. Yeah, yeah, definitely. Anyway, Sophie, thank you for joining us. And I will see you all in the next one. All right, Sophie, you have I was going to say good night. No, you have a good day because it's like, what, 7 a.m. over there now? Like 7 a.m. in the morning? Yep. And bye for now, Sophie, and bye everyone else who ends up enjoying this. I'll see you all later. What? Oh, yeah.